Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to my channel. I am Daini, and today I'll be talking about World Pneumonia Day. So, today is celebrated as the World Pneumonia Day, 12th November, and the theme of this year is Every Breath Counts. Every year since 2009, World Pneumonia Day has been observed on 12th November, and it is established by the Stop Pneumonia initiative to raise awareness and to advocate for global action. In 2020, the theme for World Pneumonia Day is Every Breath Counts, a clarion call for global awareness and action against this respiratory infection, which has claimed more lives than ever during the COVID-19 pandemic. So let's see what is pneumonia. It is an infection which occurs in either or both lungs and causes inflammation in the lungs as well as the respiratory tracts. Often, the lungs also fill up with mucus or other fluids, which makes respiration even more difficult. And the data suggests that pneumonia is the single biggest infectious disease that kills millions of children and adults every year. If we look at the incidence of pneumonia, it is the single biggest infectious killer of adults as well as children, and it claims the lives of 2.5 million, including 6,72,000 children in 2019. This year, World Pneumonia Day, that is today, will be held during a global pandemic that is dramatically increasing pneumonia deaths from COVID-19 and other causes. COVID-19 could add 1.9 million deaths this year. This could also increase all-cause pneumonia deaths by more than 75%. No other infection causes this much burden to death. So, keeping in mind about the incidence of the disease, let's see what are the risk factors associated with pneumonia. So, infants under the age of 2 years and adults above the age of 65 years and those with a weakened immune system due to HIV or AIDS or any other autoimmune diseases, people with health conditions that affect the hearts or lungs, and those with neurological conditions like dementia, Parkinson's disease or stroke, and people who are hospitalized and require ventilation support, and those who smoke or drink alcohol, and pregnant women, as well as those exposed to air pollution or second-hand smoke. Those people are at risk of developing pneumonia. So, what is the statistics about pneumonia? Let's see that. According to the study done, Nigeria has reported the largest number of child pneumonia deaths in 2018, followed by India, Pakistan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Ethiopia. So together these 5 countries account for more than half of all deaths due to pneumonia among children less than 5 years. So by this itself we can understand how much important it is for India to tackle pneumonia at the earliest. As per the study done by WHO and UNICEF, they have set a target of reducing pneumonia deaths in children to less than 3 per thousand live births by 2025. But if the current trends continue, the world will not meet this target and many countries will not reach the SDG 3 goal. So, let's see how to tackle childhood pneumonia. So, it has been divided into 3 parts how to tackle childhood pneumonia. First, we have to prevent pneumonia in children, and next is to diagnose and treat children with pneumonia and to protect children with pneumonia. So, it has been divided into 3 categories. So, how to prevent pneumonia in children? Among for that, first step is to increase the vaccination coverage. So what are the vaccinations available? Haemophilus influenza B, type B vaccine, that is the Hib vaccine, pneumococcal conjugate vaccines, measles vaccine, and DPT vaccine. These vaccines are available in all the health facilities. So by increasing the vaccination coverage, we can prevent pneumonia in children. And the second step is to reduce the air pollution. As you all know that increased urbanization and urban population growth in many high burden pneumonia countries, it increased the number of children exposed to air pollution, and it can be indoor as well as outdoor. So what contributes to the indoor pollution? Using solid and unclean fuels for cooking and heating, it contributes to 62% of the air pollution related child pneumonia deaths. And regarding the outdoor pollution, as you all know, it's because of the particulate matter, and it contributes to around 38%. So by reducing the air pollution, we can reduce the pneumonia deaths. And next step is to improve the access to safe water, sanitation and hygiene. Good hygiene practices will help prevent pneumonia and other illnesses. So by simple hand washing with soap and water, that will reduce the risk of pneumonia by 50%. And what are the other methods of preventing pneumonia? Let's see. And there are mainly two pneumonia vaccines available, that is Pneumovax 23 and Prevnar 13. And they prevent pneumonia caused by the pneumococcal bacteria. There are no vaccines that prevent viral pneumonia, but taking the flu vaccine every year may prevent pneumonia, as it can occur due to complications arising from viral infections like flu. Also, we may have to follow few lifestyle habits. So what are they? Proper hand hygiene and washing your hands with soap and water regularly, and whenever soap and water washing is not available, you can use a hand rub, and follow respiratory hygiene and wear a mask whenever you step out of your home, especially during an outbreak. And it is very important during this COVID-19 pandemic, because it can also spread through the droplet transmission. And avoid being around people who are sick or have pneumonia, and maintain hygiene and avoid touching shared objects. Whenever you touch, it is very important to wash your hands or use a hand rub. Pneumonia, like COVID-19, can also be transmitted through high touch surfaces, so it has to be kept in mind. And for those who smoke, you have to quit smoking, and also avoid the second hand smoke from those who are smoking nearby you. And exposure to the air pollutants, if you can avoid, that is better. And get treated for any infections you may have at the earliest to avoid its progression to pneumonia. Seek health care as soon as possible, and eat a healthy diet and get exercise and enough sleep. That is also very important to boost your immune system. So by maintaining all these habits, you can strengthen your immune system, which can help fight off all the infections including pneumonia. And the second step is to protect children from pneumonia. So how can you protect them? You have to ensure adequate nutrition, because malnutrition is a risk factor for nearly half of all deaths among children under 5. So by utilizing the nutrition related programs within healthcare, you can improve the nutrition among children. Next is to improve the breastfeeding practices. For babies born to the mothers who are well nourished during the pregnancy, and as well as during and after the pregnancy also, and who are exclusively breastfed for around 6 months of life, as well as having a complementary nutrition along with breastfeeding till 2 years of age. They have a better immune system compared to the other children who are not breastfed. So improving the breastfeeding is very important to protect your children from pneumonia. Next is how we have to diagnose and treat children with pneumonia as early as possible. So how to diagnose and treat? First is to improve the care seeking behavior. Uh, you should teach your friends and relatives, as well as if somebody at your home is sick, ask them to seek health care as soon as possible, and scale up the integrated service delivery and quality of care. We have a lot of package of key interventions delivered at community level, like vaccines and treatment for pneumonia. So scale up the integrated service delivery, as well as ensure access to the essential commodities. Unnecessary use of antibiotics is not recommended, but in case of pneumonia, amoxicillin in dispersible tablet form is the recommended first line treatment for childhood pneumonia. And pulse oximetry, which is a non-invasive method of measuring your saturation, that is also available in hospitals as well as medical oxygen, because many deaths has been related to pneumonia without the access of medical oxygen. So in case if somebody is sick at your home with pneumonia, you have to ensure that there is access to all these essential commodities. And next is investing in health workers. Community health workers are they play a very crucial role to deliver life-saving interventions. So the country has to invest among them and achieving the universal health coverage to deliver for all children. By all these measures, we can tackle pneumonia, prevent pneumonia, promote the health of children, and treat and diagnose pneumonia as early as possible. So to summarize, investments in infection prevention like using masks, social distancing, hand washing, etc., and improved diagnosis and treatment with pulse oximetry and oxygen can save lives during the pandemic and beyond. So during this World Pneumonia Day, we are calling on governments and other stakeholders to ensure that the massive effort to control the pandemic contributes to reducing all-cause respiratory infections and deaths among both children and adults for the long term. I also encourage all the viewers of this video to use this information and pass this information to all your relatives and friends, and make sure if somebody is sick at home to seek health care as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and you will be getting latest updates. Thank you.